There is a mole right at the top of British intelligence. He's been there for years.
For 25 years, we've been the only thing standing between Moscow and the Third World War.
And Tomas really wanted to make a film that wasn't necessarily a remake of the book or of the miniseries. Really wanted to make its own standalone project. Could you talk about really trying to do that?
Well, the two things went on there because John le Carré, the author of the novel, said, take liberties, do what you want. And there are a couple of things that have been shuffled around. But essentially, Thomas has been faithful in another way because what he's done is recreated a film which is just as arcane and difficult and complicated as the novel. In the novel, when you read it, you're never quite sure what Smiley knows, what you're supposed to know. I felt myself, I was constantly flicking backwards and forwards. It's a difficult book. And in the same way, the film doesn't spoon-feed you. It makes you use your brain.
I mean, the spirit of the book is there. But approaching it as someone who was playing Smiley, all the clues, everything you need to know about him is there in the book.
And when creating the character, I mean, these spies, their whole lives are secrets and they don't say what they really mean. Was sort of getting into the head of this character. What was that like for you?
These men live very strange lives. We met some people who are currently, that work for MI6. And there was one guy there his daughter believed that he was a chauffeur who drove around sort of dignitaries. They live a very anonymous life, and amongst their peers as well. There's no obvious hierarchy, because it's all covert, and so one doesn't know what the other one is doing.
Well, and your character Jim, I mean, he's really sort of set out to pasture in a sense. Could you talk a little bit about getting inside the head of that character in a world where your friends aren't really your friends and you don't really know who's who?
It's a strange world. You can't trust anybody. And Jim embodies really the arc that a lot of them probably took, which is he's very loyal at the beginning. He's sent off to do a mission. He must be very good at what he does because he's the guy that's sent. Something goes wrong, the next minute he's out. He's pensioned off and he's teaching in a boys' school and is no longer required. That's very difficult to come to terms with. I think people often who serve in the military find similar feelings. You're trained to do something up to the hilt, and then one day you're told it's not required anymore. It's very difficult to come down from that.
Tell me about your scenes, because you really get to go toe-to-toe with Gary Oldman and John Hurt in your scenes.
Yeah, that was a real pleasure for me. Both of those guys are legends and heroes of mine. So acting with both of them was a joy. And to be involved with a cast like that is a real privilege. I mean, you know everybody's going to be at the top of their game. I knew Thomas was a very formidable director from his film Let the Right One In. Peter Strawn and Bridget, amazing writers. I mean, the whole team was so effective that I knew that I was involved with something that would be really good.
There's a story that a spy was awarded, was given a medal for his services by the Queen, and he was allowed to wear it only for 5 minutes, and then it was removed and, put away in a box in a cupboard. Because what they do is, you can't even wear your medal.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to kind of look at the character. You can't even wear his medal, can't be proud of what he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.